On the friggin' road. Thanks for joining me today on this journey, and it is a cold one today, 3rd of April, and we've got April showers. It's been just like a normal spring day, but yeah, I just wanted to share. If there are any people that have questions about their golf game, please feel free, send me a note. Or you could do an audio question and I can put it actually on the podcast as well. So, what I wanted to share today is thinking about how frustrated people get when they golf and they top the ball. And it's such a common thing to happen, especially if you're a newer golfer. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about why that happens, and maybe this will help you out if you actually go out there and practice in the next little bit. Firstly, when you're topping the ball, it's obviously the club is making contact with the northern hemisphere of the golf ball. So I like to divide it into the equator and the southern hemisphere, and that's obviously the southern hemisphere of the golf ball is where we want to hit it. We want to hit the ball first, and then the club will then bottom out and brush the grass and hit the ground. So there's a couple of reasons why we do that. Number one is balance, and I think a lot of people haven't grooved a swing that is repeatable, and their balance is off to start with. So talking about good posture and then being able to maintain that posture while you have the swing going, because you've got the rotation of your body as well. So sometimes topping the ball is created because mentally you're just trying to hit the ball and you swing too fast and you pull yourself out of posture and you lose your balance, which often lifts the club up before it makes contact. So developing a repetitive, consistent, balanced swing motion is something that you can train. I always like to start the year with my pitching wedges, my sand wedge, pitching wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron, 7-iron, the smaller clubs, the ones that are shorter, they don't hit it as far, and I don't try and swing too hard. And I'm just trying to build that consistent balance during the golf swing. So that's one of the faults that we find when people are topping the ball. The other one is also common where people grip the club way too hard. And whenever your tension in your hands, what happens is it creates tension in the arms. And when you think about what happens to your muscles when they tighten up, is that they contract, so they shorten. And when they shorten, what's happening is you're actually lifting the club up instead of letting it swing out. And if you think about a baseball, like just as an example of people who hit home runs and you've got this big, huge, wide swing and you're going to smack that ball, it's very similar. You need to let the club swing out away from your body instead of pulling it in towards you. But you don't even most of the time recognize that that's what you're doing because it's too things are going too fast. But if you start your setup with tension, you're going to set yourself up for a lot of mistakes within the golf swing, and you're also going to slow the club head down, so you won't hit it as far anyways. But if we're trying to connect with the bottom of the ball, we definitely don't want to have tension in the arms during the golf swing. So that's the second thing that really matters. But the other one that I think a lot of people don't realize is that, especially as a newer golfer, and if you have been topping the ball, there's a mental thought process that makes you think you want to hit the ball up. And of course, you think, of course I want to hit the ball up. Well, the club is designed specifically with a loft. Each club has a different loft. Obviously, your wedges has the most amount of loft, which hits the ball higher, and then as you get your longer irons into your longer woods, there's less loft, but every single club in your bag has loft. The only time we don't want to see the ball go up is with the putter. Obviously, we want it to roll. And if you're going to continue to try and hit the ball up, you're not letting the club do the job. So you've got to recognize your job is to make sure you swing the club low and through so it connects with the bottom of the ball. And just the mental capacity of thinking up, you will actually engage your biceps because that's what we lift with, and you're going to lift the club up. Therefore, the club head will not hit the bottom of the ball and you'll top it. So it's so completely opposite to what you think when you're thinking hit the ball up in the air. So we want to make sure that we change that mental thought process from hitting the ball up to swinging the club low and through. So those are the three basics. If you have any more questions about topping the ball, you're more than welcome to send me a question and hopefully I can clarify it for you. But in this day, I am going to keep driving and I will talk to you soon.